Hi, I'm Colette Harrington with Daughters of Charleston. Today we're in Lake Lure, North Carolina at a Hallelujah Acres Lifestyle Center. What's a lifestyle center? Something that will revolutionize the way you think and change the way you see food. So come on, let's go check it out. Hey, I'm here with Anita Koch, and Anita, you own this lifestyle center.
We do. My husband Tim and I own Hallelujah Acres Lifestyle Center right here in Mill Spring, right near Lake Lure. And I'm welcoming you back because you've been here before.
And you know what? That's specifically why I wanted to bring our viewers here, because I was really moved when I came here, and it has changed my life, and it's been 2 years. So I want to talk about that. Tell us about this place.
All right, and then I want to hear how it's changed your life.
Okay? Certainly.
All right. Well, several years ago, well, let me go back even a little bit further. I've always been into health and fitness for years and years and years. And it's been a journey. And about 7 years ago, I was working for a natural foods market, and a gentleman came in. I was doing the marketing, and he told me that he was on the Hallelujah diet. And I had never heard of it before, and I thought I knew all the diets out there, but I obviously didn't. And he told me that he had had terminal brain cancer, and about 6 years before I met him, and that he had been operated on. They couldn't do anything. They sent him home to die, and someone came to him with the Hallelujah diet and said, "You might as well try this." And he said, "I might as well. I'm going to die anyway." And that was 6 years prior to my meeting him, and he completely healed his brain cancer. And we still send people to talk to him because he's a health minister like my husband and I. He teaches how to do the diet, and Tim and I actually took one of his classes, and that just sold us. And
it opened your eyes, and you realized there's a whole new way of living, a whole new way of eating.
It was actually an answer to prayer, Colette, because I had been doing many, many health seminars. I had had many people come to me, and I'd arm them with a lot of herbs and so forth and so on, but they would get some relief and some benefits, but it wasn't long-term enough. And I prayed and prayed a lot and said, you know, God, there must be something that's more universal that everybody can benefit from. And that's when I met Phil in Boca Raton and told me about his brain cancer. So we started studying, and for a year I studied online, went to Acres, that's Hallelujah Acres website, which is a wonderful, wonderful resource for people. And I was convinced. I wanted to add it to my teaching repertoire. My husband was a little bit slower in getting convinced.
Husbands are always like that.
Husbands are like that. And he loves to tell you, I'll let him tell you his story, but he thought finally, okay, I'm going to try it. Because Rhonda Malkmus, she and her husband George started the Hallelujah diet and started the Hallelujah Acres whole headquarters and the whole everything that's now several million people strong. And she says in her book, Recipes for Life, try it for 90 days. How can you know unless you walk in it and you try it? So my husband said, yeah, that sounds about right. I think I'll try it for 90 days.
Why not?
Just before he got started, he said, well, maybe I'll do it for 30 days. But he really did get into it, and within a week or two, he'll tell you, but all the things that were bothering him, he had some arthritis in his hands, he was overweight, he had been depressed since a child. It all went and never came back. And so it's been very powerful for both of us.
Well, why don't we go inside and talk about what happens here at Hallelujah Acres Lifestyle Center?
Absolutely,
so if you came
so
here,
much fun.
Yeah, if you came here for a visit, this is what a week would look like for you. We're now in the heart and soul of the Lifestyle Center, the kitchen.
Yes, we spend so much time in here and we just love it.
Now, why is it important that somebody comes and learns about the diet and stays here for a week? And tell us about that.
Okay. There are many wonderful courses that people can take and demos that they can watch people do, but there's nothing that can replace hands-on learning and living the lifestyle. Actually, the couple that started this lifestyle center about 8 years ago, they had been health ministers like Tim and I had been in Florida, and they were in Texas, and they were teaching just like Tim and I were. People were coming into their home and they were saying, can we live here for a while? We really need to see this every single day. And that put the idea in Bev Cook's mind, and she went to Hallelujah Acres and said, we really need to have a center where people can come and live the diet for 1 week or 2 weeks, depending upon what their needs are. And they can do everything hands-on and see.
And what a difference that makes, because I came here for a week and I learned how to cook properly. In fact, I wasn't even much of a cook. And I learned about healthy eating. It just opened my eyes to so many different things. And then, after I'd been on the diet for about 3 months and I strayed a little, I didn't realize how bad food actually tasted until you've eaten pure. And let's talk about pure eating.
Yes, okay, that is what we do here. That's what we show. We believe that the very best diet was from the original garden. And
the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, because where did God put Adam and Eve? He put them in a garden. And there was no animal food eating. It was all plant food. And we find, and George and Rhonda Malcolmus have found over the years, since 1992 when they started Hallelujah Acres, that over 170 different illnesses and conditions that have gone away completely on the Hallelujah diet. Once you start putting the plant food in and you renew your cells with the enzymes from pure living, the living aspect, living food,
right,
the body changes. You know, while we're talking, every single minute, 300 million cells are dying and replacing. So millions and millions of cells have died and replaced since we started this conversation. And whether you're going to have a healthy body and whether those cells are going to be healthy depends on what you fuel them with. And they need living food. We eat mostly a cooked food diet in this certainly in America and around the world. And once you cook the food, all the enzymes and all the life is out of it. We do eat some cooked food, as long as it's wholesome, and we use mostly organic, but that's not an absolute criteria. If people would just eat plant food and base their diet on mostly plant food, as much raw, and the Hallelujah diet is about 85% raw, they're going to experience vitality and the removal of a lot of health issues.
And you know, I think it's interesting while we're on the subject, because I meet a lot of people out there that are vegetarians or consider themselves vegans, and I watch what they eat, and I laugh to myself because I think, because I was here for a week, I know the truth about what you're eating, and that is really not vegan or vegetarian eating. That's not the raw, the healthy. You know, when you sit there and, you know, if you got a piece of Wonder Bread, sorry, that's not going to cut the diet.
No.
So there's just, you almost have to come here to really have your mind expanded. Even people that already think that they're doing that kind of diet, they might not really be doing it the way they need to get the most nutrition.
And we also find that with couples, maybe one or the other is coming just to support their spouse, yet within a day or two, they're all right on board because of all the education that we give people. Animal food makes the body acid, and when we're acid, that makes our bodies host to a lot of pathogens, to cancer, to all kinds of things. So we get rid of that, and we find that we feel fantastic, we look younger, we live longer. Now, who wouldn't want to do that, right?
Look at how great she looks.
You wouldn't believe I was 92, would you?
Never, never. And you wouldn't believe I was 77. But at any rate, you're going to give us a cooking demonstration in a little bit.
A raw food demonstration.
That's right, but we're going to take a break right now, and we're also going to, when we come back, we're going to talk with Tim Koch, your lovely other half.
Yes, who has become quite the chef just from learning the Hallelujah diet. I owned a restaurant, and he kind of pushed me out of my kitchen, and he's the head chef now.
There you go. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. I'm here with Tim Koch. He's the co-owner of Hallelujah Acres Lifestyle Center along with his wife Anita. This place is beautiful. We absolutely love it.
Don't you love it here?
I do. And Anita was sharing with us how you came to be a part of this diet. And I think that's why it's so important if you can bring a spouse along to something like this.
Absolutely. The men shouldn't be shy about coming. Once I got started juicing and in the kitchen, you couldn't keep me out.
That's what Anita said. Now, if a couple does come up here, they have a lot of options, and one of them is staying in this gorgeous cabin that's right here.
That's right. We have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath cabin that the whole family can come and stay in. You can come as a single person and get a private room. You can come as 2 friends and share a room. There's lots of options here.
And it's not just about cooking, although that's really important because you need to know that. It's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Tell us some about the field trips that you take.
Okay, we take 2 field trips, one down to Lake Lure, just 4 miles down the road on a nice, beautiful pontoon boat ride, beautiful scenery. And we also go to Hallelujah Acres headquarters, and we have a luncheon with George and Rhonda Malkmus.
And I'll tell you, that was so informative to me. I mean, it just opened my eyes just to so many different things. And also how good everything tastes.
Oh, it tastes wonderful. Fresh food from the garden is the best tasting food.
And speaking of which, we are about to get a cooking demonstration with you and your wife.
That's right.
So let's go check it out.